So my name is Omar Ampersad. It's 6:02 p.m., August 2nd, 2019. So I'm going to demonstrate to you the tagging today. So the back of the head is being hit. Jaw, the eyes, the nose. So you could tell the power on this side is different from this side, and it's off right now. And it's off. Just had a pulse on the arm, the back, the chest. And I do get asthmatic when the chest is tagged. And I'm being scanned during the day as I walk around my unit. I'm being scanned intermittently, sometimes every 5 minutes, sometimes every 30 minutes. It depends, it changes. So there is somebody who is actually determining how frequent these signals are pulsed into me, all part of the experiment being run. And there are the signals that imitate the needle in the arm, right there. And the other one as well. Right down to the leg. And that's my calves. And the body does swell up when the power is turned up. And how do I know that is I get asthmatic. So um, there's a reaction internally as well as on the skin. So I'm suspecting what's going on is it has an effect on your blood vessels. So the blood vessels probably dilates, or the valves are affected. So there is more accumulation of fluid in the small tissue of the body that is not drained properly. So your lymphatic system is backed up, and you get swelling of your body on externally and maybe internally. This is what I'm suspecting is going on. So, which is probably why the knees, not only, sorry, not the knees, but the calves and the ankles, around the ankles are swollen. So I was told that it was a lymphatic problem. I was told that it was related to weight. However, I'm losing my weight. So it's still swelling, even though I dropped maybe about 8 pounds. So I'm going to lose another, as my doctor told me, another 30. And if it's still swelling, then we'll know that there is a problem um, that is associated with something else. So power turned up, on and off, up and down. Um, and the temperature, 36.6. So the normal is about 35.3 to 35, excuse me, 36.5 to 36.3. So um, most of the time when the power is turned off completely, it goes down to 36.3 36.2. And the norm of 36.5, um, discovering is not the norm at all. It's an elevated number, maybe by zero point 0.2 degrees. So when it goes up to 37.5, 37.8, that's almost a 2 under. I just got a pulse on the neck. It's a sting right in the throat, like a stinging sensation right in the throat. So that's 37.2. So just got a pulse, 36.5. Up and down, all over the place, 36.5. So 37.2 to 36.5. So almost a 1 degree instant increase in degrees. So that 37.2 was a good demonstration of a very brief increase in power. So when I get stings on my throat, like I just did, it's of course I can't talk when I get stung like that. So maybe there is a message there. So the power is turned off. On the face, but intermittent on the arm still. So the power is turned down, as you can tell from the brightness, very dim. And still on the chest, dim on the arm. The detector just went off. But the chest is still taut, which would explain the asthmatic feeling. It's making it hard to breathe. It's almost as if you have a cold and you have inflammation of your lungs. And there it is. The power turned up in the air. So on and off, up and down, all over the place. So let's see what the temperature says. I even have my air conditioning on. 36.5, 36.5, 36.5, 36.5, 36.6, 37.1, 36.5. There you go. So that's a consistent pattern and a consistent finding. So the power is turned up and down, on and off, certain spots up and down, certain spots on and off, which seems to indicate that there is more than one person logged on. And each person is probably concentrating on a certain spot on a certain frequency. So I'm going to guess and say that there are several people at 25 Bamberg Circle logged on right now. So this is an experiment that is taking place. And those tweets I tweeted today, those are mine, ROSHINI911. I suggest you go check it out. Sometimes I tweeted where I'm being pulsed, where I'm being scanned, and the time that I'm being scanned, and some of the symptoms. Yesterday, going out, somebody alerted, yellow alert or red alert, and this is the experiment that's been run. And I got scanned, but the power turned up, and it was I was hit several times with the power turned up on my chest and back, and I started getting heart palpitations when I came home. I was scanned as well and hit as well at home. There are people who are accompanying me and tracking me and observing me, and if somebody were to verbally assault me or harass me, and if I were to react in any way at all, um, if I were to take out my phone to take notes, turn on the voice recorder to take notes to time, date, place, or take a picture of the location, I will immediately get zapped, which means that somebody is actually surveilling me and observing me and calling in these hits on me remotely. This is the containment that community targeting is geared towards. This is one of the goals and one of the experiment being run. The alert and the hitting with the microwaves and increasing and decreasing of the power of the microwaves. And the alert is sent out by people who are tracking you, gang stalking and gang tracking you. This is one of the experiments being carried out by the police, because the police is placing that flag next to your name and making it public, outsourcing the monitoring. So the monitors are carrying out these experiments on behalf of the police. Whether it's associated with the military, whether it's associated with whatever, this is illegal experimentation. Because just as an example, the MK Ultra experimentation was being carried out by a government agency, the CIA, that was not authorized by the government. It was being carried out illegally by a government agency. Of course, I'm not saying that the CIA is involved in this one. I'm just saying, as an example, experiments are run by criminals in the government and in government agencies that are not authorized to run these illegal experiments on unwitting targets. It's illegal activity. Illegal activity. So I'm not anti-government, and I'm not anti-CIA, and I'm not anti-FBI, and I'm not anti-American or anti-Canadian or anti-Canadian government. However, no one anywhere in the world should be experimented with without consent. And national security is not a good reason to experiment on someone and destroy somebody's life, an innocent person's life. It's not an excuse. It's not legal, and it's not in any way, shape, or form an excuse to experiment on people like this. But like I said, I believe that these experimentation is part of these illegal experimentations are part of a bigger picture, which is really all about trafficking, human trafficking. At least in my case and in several other people's cases who are speaking out about this. Talk to you another time.